Hey guys, this is Don the Model Farm. Today I'm going to be showing you how to build a 164 outdoor wood furnace for your model farm. Starting off with the measurements, here's my little blueprint that I made. So this is to scale. I found dimensions of a real outdoor furnace. I just converted everything to 164 scale, and this is what you got. It's 2 centimeters by 0.93 inches. It's 1.32 inches tall. That's including the top of the roof. So we're going to start with the base of this. So instead of taking styrene and just cutting it out to create the walls, I actually layered this on top of some cardboard. So the cardboard I'm using is pretty firm. It's that stuff you get at the back of like a notebook or something. So it allows you to get this base part done and like make sure you glue it without messing up the styrene. So once you got your cardboard, you're just going to draw out the general shape. Again, measurements 1.11 inches tall just to the roof. And I kind of sketched my own roof since I didn't have measurements for that. I just found the middle of the 2 lines and just created my own roof, made sure they both measured the same. And the side is just 1.11 inches by 0.93 inches. So we're going to cut that out. Alright, so we got the pieces cut out. So next what we're going to do is we're going to put this on some styrene and then cut out the styrene. Made sure to write which way was up so I knew. I'm gonna be honest, this project, making this outdoor furnace was my least favorite that I've ever done, just because it was a huge pain. So we're gonna go ahead and cut that in the line. Oh, if it is a little bit off on the ends, it doesn't have to be perfect, because remember, these things are gonna be going on the ends. We got these 2 done. We're just tracing this. So with these all done, we just have a few more things we need to cut out and then we're going to start painting. What we have to do right now is we're going to have to cut out and measure the things for these. We got to cut out these roof, this back part for the back door, and then this part. I'm just going to get one of these strips out. So the strips I'm using for this project are 0.015 by 0.1. Just kind of eyeing this up to what I think it could be. Alright. So those are all done. We're going to put these to the side. If we put that against here, should line up. Alright, so we got all the siding done for this. So next up we are going to have to do the roof. So we got the roof done, which was basically just taking styrene, cutting it to the length of the width of the side of it, and then just cutting it to the length of each slant. And now I'm going to take it outside and it will be time to paint. So the colors I'll be using is a gray primer. It's basically just what we had in the garage, but I think it looks fine. Then we will be using this black. We'll be spray painting gray first. Time for the black. As you can see, they are moving away. These do require a pretty heavy coat. The roof one does, because the white kind of thins out, so I usually have to do a second coat with these. Oh my god. Alright, got the black all done, and I'll just wait for that to dry. So while we're waiting for the paint to dry, we can go ahead and make this part, the door. So I like to use styrene. I got all the ridges off of here, so it's just a plain solid piece of styrene for this. So I got the painting all done, so the next step is going to be gluing the styrene to the cardboard. Just using some crazy glue, super glue. I'm gonna put it against here. Basically, this is just here for a base. It doesn't have to be a complete match. Alright, so it's time to put these on. I have to do a little trimming. So when we're doing these, you're gonna want a really fast drying super glue. You want it right against the edge. So here comes the fun part of gluing sides together. I just line it up. So we're gonna lay it on a little bit thicker for this. And then I'm just gonna reinforce it by putting more super glue in the back corner here. And remember, don't worry that this cardboard is showing. We're gonna cover that up with the rest of the strips. So before we attach this back piece on, I'm just gonna take some wood dowels and put it in the corner, just to make extra sure that it can't collapse in on itself. Alright, so it's time to put the back on. So we got the back glued on. We're going to put the black strips on the side here now. Make sure that the ends are all the way up to this so that it's basically seamless. So we got all the black done on the furnace. We're going to want to put on the door and then the back door before we put on the roof. It's just going to be easier. And in case you're wondering, since I had the measurements for the thing, and if you're like doing this by measurements of how I'm doing it, those are the measurements for the back door. So I don't exactly measure in the middle where to put this on like I probably should. I just kind of eye it up. So we got that part on, and now we can put the door on the front on, or the hatch. Also, definitely take note if you have like a 1/64 figure. Take note of where they're standing for door placement, so like it's in like the correct height on here. So I just kind of drop it, and then I move it around a bit more, and hope for the best. As I got this glued on. So now it is time for the roof. Well, of course, you're going to want to make sure it's even sides hanging out on both ends. I made these a little longer so they can hang off on the bottom here. So we're just going to put glue on the slants here, and then some on the side of this. Alright, so we got these two done, so we're into the top part now. So everything meet up in the front for the roof, but then there's this gap in the back. Easy solution to that, I'm just going to take one of these strips and put it on top. That's just going to cover the gap. And now it is time for the more smaller details, like the pipe and the handle for the hatch. I'm going to start with the pipe first. What I use for that is a straw, and this is just one of those normal striped straws. It doesn't have to be that, but around this size. And we are going to use some aluminum foil. I did paint the straw, although that's not really important. I might just cut a slit through here, fold it to make it smaller, but if you want to keep it this size or if you want to make it smaller, that's completely up to you. So any aluminum foil will work. Be real careful with it. Make sure you don't wrinkle it at least as little as possible. So I just cut out a little square. Now we're going to figure out the length I want it. Again, this is personal preference because there are some furnaces where the pipe is quite high and then there's ones where it's really low. And actually, before we measure out exactly what we want, we're going to have to make little notches so it can sit on top of the furnace without there being gaps, so it can kind of fold over. Got our little notches in, which are very, very subtle. Alright, so I think that's the size I want it. So now we're going to wrap it in the tinfoil. So how I do this is I don't roll it up right away. I just put some super glue on the end of this, and then I simply just drop it in. So I did that so I can roll it without it constantly falling off. Alright, so we're going to roll the rest of this up. Now that we made the pipe, we're just going to put that off to the side, and then we're going to go ahead and make the handle for the door. So in order to make the handle for the hatch, you're going to need a very, very thin wire. What you can use, and what I've been using, is the wire inside zip ties, which I found to be the perfect size. I would recommend taking small scissors or just anything you have and cut off the everything around the wire, so just the plastic around the wire. So once you kind of got that base part taken away, you're going to need something to get the white stuff off. And I'm just using the knife on this. Just kind of almost whittle it. This is going to be kind of the thicker part with some of the plastic still around it. And then I got my wire. For the handle, we're going to want a square shape. And in order to get that, I'm just going to take one of my smaller wood dowels I have. Under that, I'm going to press down, and I'm just going to bring the sides up. And there you go. Doing that gives you a nice square shape. And now we're just going to make sure it's the correct length. So it's time to glue it, and honestly, this is one of the hardest parts. So I got the aluminum foil on the inside, and now we can put it on the furnace. We got that on, and now we can put on the hatch, and we will be done. We got the handle on there. Well, as you can see, I do have it lifted up a little bit. That's it for the 1/64 scale outdoor furnace. There are a couple more things I'm eventually going to do, but this is just the how-to basis of it. Eventually, I'm going to kind of custom it up a little bit, weather it up more. Also plan on printing out a little logo to go on the front. I think that would add to the realism. But else, we're done here. And that is how you make a 1/64 scale outdoor wood furnace for your model farm. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you down the model farm.